when I'm just trying to get logged in.
That's it. Is it you, Gillian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. No worries. Just so that I know who it is, darling. That's awesome. Thank you.
How you doing, Tegan?
Yeah, I'm doing okay today.
Okay,
That's
great.
not convincing.
No, it was very unconvincing.
But that's okay too.
Yeah, it's all good.
At least it's honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just okay.
Is it honest? Is it?
Yeah, it's okay. It could be better, it could be worse. So it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just moving.
Yes.
Have you put
Right.
the Zoom link up, Karen?
I have.
Awesome.
I have. Yes.
Great.
Here we go.
Yay!
Hello, beautiful people. It's very exciting
Well,
to
there we
see
go.
these
We're live.
new faces.
It's live.
Hello, Jackie. Hello, Tegan.
Hey.
Hello. It's Gillian on the iPhone. Can't see
Yes,
her.
Gillian's
Hello,
coming.
Leanne.
Leanne's there.
It was harder to get on, guys, than what it should have been. I couldn't get on for some reason. And
You
everyone's
must be
messaging.
special.
No,
What
because
else
it
was
was
it?
hard to find the link. I
No,
found
it was
the same
hard.
thing.
Jackie couldn't, there was a few of us couldn't find it.
So
Oh,
is
it's
it
'cause
enough?
it's a new
Sort
one.
that out.
We will get it pinned to the top of the Facebook group. Don't you worry.
And it needs to be pinned, it needs to be an actual link like you guys have, so it's actually a
Roger Dodger. We'll get it sorted.
yeah.
We'll get it sorted.
The one that's on there is the old link.
Is it?
Okay.
Is the one on there the old link, Karen, or
It shouldn't be. I can't get out.
All good. See you now.
Hey,
Oh.
Joanne.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
You're not
It's
late.
all right, no problems.
good.
We're all, we're having several glitches in the matrix this week, and
Yeah.
it just goes to show the amount of patience that everyone needs to have in this time of ever-changing evolution, right?
Perfect.
I love you, Raywin.
Yeah.
There's a lot I have noticed today, especially while everyone's getting sorted and set up and ready to go. I have noticed today, and I have been feeling it myself over the past week, that there is a bit of tension out there, and I feel personally that it's to do with people stepping into fear because of all the things that are happening within the country, the economy, the world, and the media loves to play it up. And then, of course, the people that are surrounding us start to feed on it, and they start to freak out. And little by little, you start to feel those pulls and those tugs and that stress that starts to pull you in slowly. So I really gently this week to be gentle with yourself and to recognize that you don't need to be a part of the big engulfing fear picture that is surrounded around you, that you can stay really comfortable within yourself and be kind to yourself and be loving to yourself and listen to what you are being told internally, not externally. Listen to your heart. That's my little opener for tonight.
I think it's so important that actually, because, I did a post today about frequency. If we dive in to the fear frequency, then we're actually lowering ourselves and we're actually exposing us, and we're not going to get the results that we need. Okay, so I'll see if I can I can't.
Love that
The
post,
link has been
actually.
posted on the webpage,
Yeah, it was
on
awesome.
the Facebook group.
Yeah.
And I've pinned it as well.
Mm.
Great, well done. So's Karen.
I couldn't get out.
Well, no, I pinned Karen's post, I should
Oh.
say.
Cool.
As long as it's the right link.
Can I just say, can we put into that link at everyone, and then
Yeah.
it might go to,
Yeah, I can do that.
then it'll give a notification to all.
Yeah. Sorry,
Well,
we had another meeting prior to this one, so I actually forgot to do the whole thing. So
It's okay. We're here.
apologies.
We're here
I think the
now.
other thing we need to
Everyone's
do is put the link into the actual event.
Okay.
So you can
Yes,
click through on the
agreed.
event. Yeah,
I did.
it's not there.
Awesome.
No, it's not the
Not
account.
there.
I posted it with it.
It's not there.
Mm.
I found it okay. It's just under 12 weeks.
Oh, we've lost Gillian again.
Gillian's got dodgy internet.
Yeah. Mine's a bit dodgy today too. Yeah.
Mine was really dodgy the other day.
Glitchy, glitchy.
I'm just dodgy.
Glitchy, glitchy. Glitchy, glitchy. Barbara's coming. She's running late. So it's all good. In
What
the
about
Yeah.
your card, Raywin, anyway?
Right.
You teased us.
while everyone's getting their stuff sorted, let's have a couple of wins in the group to start off with. Tegan, what's been a win for you this week?
Yeah, let's skip me today. I'm only okay. There are not wins coming to the surface right now.
No wins? None at all.
I don't have the capacity to think of one today.
You're here. Let's count that as
Celebrate.
one. You're here. That's a good win right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. And it's great to have you here. And I love your sparkly top.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for
Joanne?
having me.
Joanne, what's a win for you?
I had a great day, first and last day of the week because I've got the rest of the week off.
Yes.
And I bounced back from a funny old weekend. I just went down a wee rabbit hole, but got myself out of it very quickly.
Great win.
Yeah, I was so proud of myself, and I went down a couple of times over the 2 days, and I was like, "Whoop." Yeah,
Good girl.
so, yep,
That's
good,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. And you've got a very big week this week, haven't you, Joanne? I'd quite like to just everyone to give Joanne a wee celebration clap because she's heading off to Wellington on Wednesday. To wow. To wow.
Yes. So there's many people already there and going, but I'm competed this year, and so I'm a designer in the show.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Great
yeah.
celebration, and thank you for owning that because I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I'm really
All
pleased you said that. So well done.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I met one of the designers yesterday, and just really looking forward to being amongst everybody, and yeah, just having fun really.
Yes. Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can we just
So
say,
good.
because it's so exciting, that Joanne is a crochet artist,
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's amazing.
isn't
So
it?
I've already got my new project. Actually has nothing to do with well, so
Oh, so
I've
good.
already thought of something, and I'm
You've already
like,
taken this one out, right?
stop,
Oh,
stop.
It's
Oh,
done. It's great.
no, it'd be fun. Thank you,
We already
everybody.
know the end result.
I'm already there.
Yeah. I can't
Brilliant.
wait. Leanne,
Brilliant,
what's
brilliant,
a win
brilliant.
for you this week? What's been a win for you this
Good
week?
here, Dave.
Right.
Your hair's out. Woohoo.
Fantastic.
I feel really good and upbeat and positive, and I totally agree with the vibrational frequency and not buying into it, because if we all do that, then it kind of just, you can't do that. But there are certain things that are happening in our economic climate, that it doesn't matter which way you look at it. If we all buy into it, yeah, it can go nasty, but I think, you know,
Stay within yourself.
unfortunately,
Don't
it's hitting
listen to the
everybody,
news,
and
people.
we've all got to keep as upbeat as we possibly can.
That's right.
And I
Right.
think today was probably one of those days where we kind of had a meeting at work where everybody was kind of feeling quite not low, but you know, when you've got 10 people in a room all doing similar things, talking to a very, very wide society, a very, very wide group of people in business,
Mhm.
and everyone's going, you know, so I kind of jumped it back up again and come on, the sun's shining, and you know, and we sort of, and it was good. So that was a
Right.
win, because I think we ended
Awesome.
up coming out of the meeting quite
Awesome.
positively, you know.
Awesome.
You know, it's just caution. I think people are just a little bit more cautious at the moment, and let's hope it's just caution and not fear.
Great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I hope so,
Awesome. Thank
because
you
I
for
agree that
sharing.
people are fearful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, so who else would like to say celebration this week? We've got a couple of new women on the call tonight, being their first call tonight. Would anyone like to, or anyone who is on the call, like to give us a celebration for the week? Anyone? Anyone? No, nothing to celebrate. Okay. Gillian, have you got something to celebrate?
Um,
Welcome,
well,
Gillian.
I'm really pleased to be on this in this group, and that I did the 5-day carnivore 3 weeks ago now, and
Yes.
so since I've lost 7 kilos in the 3 weeks, so I'm really pleased. Yeah. So
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done,
Yeah.
Gillian.
Thank you. Yeah, so I was in the 2 weeks sort of in between, I've done mostly carnivore. There was a few little things
Well
you know,
done.
that went on. Yeah. And so I enjoyed the 2 days feast days at the weekend. It was my husband's birthday, so we had a family
Right.
tea and that. So back into it today.
done.
I just got home from work late, and I had to race out and feed my pet lambs, and then came in. So I'm just been eating my tea. I just grabbed some salmon, an apple, and I've got some brown butter in a wee disc. So yeah,
Awesome.
sort of really easy just to grab some tea in a hurry and join. Yeah.
That's what I love about this, is that it's just so easy. It is so easy. You know, it's really good. Thanks, Gillian. That's awesome. So good. Hi, Suzanne. Is it
All right.
Suzanne?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Hi.
I
Nice to
finally
meet
got
you.
on. It's taken me a wee while to navigate
Awesome.
my way through, but got on. But
Great.
yeah.
And
So,
how far through are you?
I'm just starting week 10,
Week 10?
and I am celebrating that I've lost 12.8 kilos, and I cannot believe it. I'm just like a stunned mullet, and
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to go and get some pants because mine were falling down.
I love it.
But the thing was, because I've had large clothes all my life and only ever shopped in large clothes shops, I didn't even know where to go to get a pair of pants.
Oh,
And
wow.
I know it sounds silly, but you know, I've always sort of just had the big size dress type of tops and pants. And it's kind of opened up another whole world to me,
Oh,
and it's
that's
kind of a bit
fabulous.
nerve-wracking. So I just stick to my farm clothes.
Oh, how
And
fabulous.
I did break. I broke out and I bought my first pair of jeans, like that you can sort of roll up a bit, for the first time in, I don't know, 10 years maybe. And then when I put them on, and I found just a t-shirt out of Farmers, which I put on, we had a grandkid's birthday party at our place, and I put them on and come out, and I felt good. But I was very conscious of looking different. But my family were wonderful and really supportive, and
Right.
so
It makes
it's a
all
good,
the difference.
yeah, it did. It's a good feeling. So I think I've got a few good things to look forward to, like shopping.
Yeah. Yeah.
New
That's so
pastime. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that's wonderful. That is a fantastic celebration to have.
Yeah.
Thank
That
you for
really is.
sharing.
Thank you. Yeah.
It is awesome. Awesome stuff. Cool. Karen, are you doing anything tonight that
Am
that
I doing anything tonight?
Yeah,
Well, I'm
like
sitting
you-
here
right.
and I'm listening to
shall we
these
start the
wonderful
call
shares.
now?
So, I wasn't planning on doing anything specific. So, but I was wondering if anyone has any questions that they need answering, because, you know, there is so much to cover, really, isn't there, with questions and all that sort of thing. So I just wondered if any of you have anything desperately that you would like to ask me.
Constipation. I know there's stuff on there somewhere along the line, and I haven't had it till now. And it just, I know you're supposed to have more fat and butter, and I've been drinking a lot and having lots of bone broth, but I've really struggled with it and I haven't quite got on top of it. I've been fine all the way through, never had any issues, but it is actually bothering me at the moment.
Okay, so have you changed anything? Have you?
Not really. No.
And when did it start?
Probably about a week or two ago, and then I've managed to get a bit out, and then I've just struggled because I'd normally only go about every 3 days, 3 or 4, and it wasn't much.
Yeah.
And I reckon it was when I went to Auckland to help my daughter. It was different there, but I did all my own cooking and everything. And it even took my own bone broth and butter and everything up there so that I didn't, falter. But
So something's changed.
yeah, I don't know what it is. And
so have you been doing the diatomaceous earth, Suzanne?
No, I haven't done that. I've just been printed off a whole lot more of your stuff, which I've found. So I've been reading through all of that. And I've bought some gelatine, so I'm going to get into that as well.
Yeah. So my suggestion is try to avoid laxatives if you possibly can, because we don't want you to.
I haven't taken any yet.
So try the diatomaceous earth. So a teaspoon twice a day. It doesn't taste of it. Right. And definitely do the gelatin, because it sounds to me like you might have been affected by something like a parasite or something like that that could cause constipation.
Okay, so I get that and get into the gelatine. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. One teaspoon. And
that'll help with the gut, your gut health as well. So it'd be really beneficial.
Okay, so don't take any bowel biotics or anything like that.
Not just yet. Let's try those first.
Okay,
and then,
I'll come buy some tomorrow.
Yeah. Then we could try some probiotics, like Rotarite.
I've got that. I take them at night, 2 of them at night.
2 at night? Okay, you're taking those already?
Yep.
Okay, so it won't be probiotics you need. So do those 2 things first.
Okay.
And if they don't get everything moving, then we might have to do something else. I have a feeling we could need to support your liver a little bit, I think. But just let's try those things first. And then if that doesn't do it, then good question. Are you on carnivore or original? Carnivore.
I'm on straight carnivore.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. So you're doing lots of fat and you're doing the salt and all that. So yeah. Okay. So I would say it could be something that affected you when you were away. Because if everything was going well and you haven't changed anything much.
No, I think
Could it be water? Like what water were you drinking when you're away?
Actually it was Auckland. Oh, water, but that's a good point, because we've got beautiful filtered water here.
Yeah.
And
you're probably drinking horrible town supply water,
Yeah.
So definitely do the diatomaceous earth, because that's going to really help.
Okay, I will get straight onto that. I'll go and grab some tomorrow. Yeah. So I think I don't think you're going to need to do anything else. Yeah, Julia. Right.
I think it was
Thank
all
you.
good to have intuitives on here, you know, like Patsy and Julia and everyone, you know, it's good. And Melissa. So, okay. So confirmation there, Suzanne, that's what you need. Yeah. So
It was
Oh,
the
yeah,
shake in the
Jackie.
water.
Jackie is also reminding us about the
Yeah,
trigger.
the point, the reflex point, and it does really work too. Yeah, that little fleshy bit between your thumb.
just
Okay,
there.
yeah. And you just massage that.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Just
Sweet.
massage it.
On the
just-
outside or the inside?
Yeah.
Outside.
Both.
Okay.
Both at
Yeah.
the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
Just pinch on it, push on it, massage it.
Oh,
Yeah. And usually that, that works quite nicely, doesn't it, Joanne?
That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Magic.
thank
It's always
you.
good. So it's interesting. Like, I'd like to know what day everyone's on. If you can just put it in the chat. I think most of you are on sort of like the latter ends, really. I don't think.
You call it day one?
Right?
I'm going to call mine day one. I'm starting again. So
Day one again. Yeah, day one again.
day one
Me
after
too.
12 weeks. Otherwise, Karen, it's going to get too complicated. I won't be
Yeah.
able to remember the number.
Good stuff, Leanne. I agree. I was thinking
Yeah.
I'll decide when I talk to you and Julia.
I'm back on
Yeah.
day one.
Yeah.
Day one.
We'll start again, Melissa. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's go.
On.
Can I ask, Melissa, you're on the original plan?
I am.
Yeah. I was thinking after this week, Karen, of actually changing over to the original
Yeah. Of course you can
and just bringing in the veggies slowly.
do.
Yeah.
So I would suggest introducing just one new vegetable.
Yep.
Using the bathroom scales to see how your body reacts. Now, being as you're going to be away,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're not going to be able to be 100% on.
No.
So what I would suggest, when you get back on the strict program again.
Yep.
For 10 to 14 days.
Cool.
So then you come back to a level playing field. Yeah.
Yep.
Because any
Yeah.
inflammation that you might have accumulated over the time away, because you don't want to have to be strict and be
No.
stressed about all of that. So this is the object of this, is actually being able to go, right, okay, I can go away, I can go and do different things and I can relax and know what you can do. So go back in to the strict part, 10 to 14 days, then everything will have gone. Any weight you might have accumulated will have gone, and you probably have lost a bit more. And then you can start introducing a new food at a time. But
Okay.
it's really important that you don't introduce too much too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Suzanne's on day 65. Lovely. We've got Barbara Short, who's on the live. She has said that she is I am at the start, as slipped up last week. So today is day one for me too.
So
And
that's brilliant. And
Catherine is
Tony's
watching live as well.
who?
Catherine Newton.
Oh, cool. And Tony, you're on day 28. How are you doing, Tony? Do you want to share?
Yes, if I remember to unmute.
So perfect.
So yes, 28, because I think it's been 4 weeks since I came to see you, which is when I started it again. And yeah, the question about the diatomaceous earth. How long do you take that for? So you're saying 2 teaspoons a day.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason I recommended 2 teaspoons for Suzanne is because we're using it as a potential parasite infection. Okay. So if you don't think you've got parasites, and we were talking about this with the full moon. So many people observe that during a full moon, they start craving sugars or they start getting symptoms and everything else. And that's an indicator that you have parasites. However, If you haven't got those, you only need to take it once a day.
Once a day. Okay. For
And-
how long? Like all the time?
I do it all the time. I mean, some days I don't do it, but most of the times I take it as a supplement, really, for me, because it's a really good high in silica, hugely beneficial for so many different things. And so consequently, I don't see any reason why not to take it. So I'd rather take that than any other supplements, really, to be honest. So
Yeah, because I got some from you when I saw you, and I
Okay.
took it once, and then I didn't feel so good afterwards, so I stopped. But I think I do need to take it amongst everything else.
yeah, so just try it, just start again, you know, just try it again and maybe take it a different time of day. So I did have a client who was talking to me, and she was saying that I'd put her on glycine and diatomaceous earth. So this was to strip any glyphosate out of the system, because we sort of came up with that there was glyphosate and stuff due to using diagnostic tools and things. And so consequently, I got her on diatomaceous earth and glycine, and she found that she got incredibly tired with it. And so we got her to take it at night. So everyone's uniquely, I don't find it makes me tired at all. And so I just think everyone reacts in a different way. And so consequently, give it a go. Try it later on during the day or with food. So it doesn't matter whether you take it with food or without food, it doesn't matter. So
I'm just finding,
better.
Yeah, finding with taking all of these things is, if you remember my story about long COVID or the vaccine injury, just trying to get myself right. And I've been getting worse, actually, especially around my heart.
Right.
So yeah, I've been even more out of breath and more tired than normal. I don't put it down to the detox. I think the detox is helping me. But it's just, yeah, getting all those things, because I'm taking the cod oil and still the curcumin and the NAC. And,
Yeah, that's so much, isn't it?
Yes, just trying to get around all of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the things to help with detoxification are really important, Tony, because we're trying to get this stuff out of you. So doing things like the Epsom salt foot baths, hot and cold showers, saunas if you can. Infrared sauna would be particularly good because it can actually help strip out heavy metals and other chemicals if you can handle the heat. You'd have to start with it very slowly, so because it increases the circulation, so you'd have to start with it slowly. So yeah, but I think we'll get you there. It's just a matter of, right, okay, we just have to, because you're not even halfway through the first bit. Well, you're halfway through the first bit, but we've got a bit of a way to go. So, but definitely do the diatomaceous earth. I think it's going to be really, really beneficial. It can help with so much, and much more than parasites. So that's the reason I get people to do it, because it can help break down things in your body. Yeah.
Cool. I will keep
Eliminate.
plodding on. I'm not giving up. I've actually found the eating plan much easier this time, because it's all
Good.
about health for me, not weight loss. Although I have dropped nearly 6 kg, but
Well done.
it is about health. So
Absolutely, yeah. And I just see the weight loss as a wonderful side effect, really, you know. And so I think if we can keep that focus on health, then it takes the stress away, and so we're much less likely to, we're more likely to let it go, you know, and everything else. And so yeah, so don't forget to message me if you need any help, Tony. Job.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing anyway. That's brilliant. Hockey. Right. Jackie, since taking the diatomaceous from the full moon, have been regular the last 2 days. So success. Well done you. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah.
And that's 3 months of being constipated. So
Wow.
yeah. So definitely eating earth, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah. It doesn't taste of anything much, really, does it?
But definitely helping. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
putting it down to that.
Are you doing it twice a day?
if I remember,
Yeah.
definitely once in the morning, and if I remember to do it at lunchtime, I'll do it at lunchtime as well.
Cool. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
And the
Weight loss,
endless
Jackie?
breakfast as well.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Such a good
What was
herb.
it, sorry?
Is it helping with weight loss as well? It was just me. Are you losing weight taking it?
No. No, I've been sort of, no, I've been up and down like a yo-yo with the weight. Might be too much for keto butter.
While we're on that subject, Karen, about losing weight and going to the toilet,
Yes.
sometimes exactly what Jackie was saying, sometimes I feel like the more I go, like I remember like when I sort of first lost quite a bit, I wasn't actually that regular. Like I felt like I was quite clogged up, and yet, and I think I said it to you at the time in that first sort of 6 weeks, I was fascinated at how I was still losing. And I suppose in your head, you sort of think, well, you lose weight when you eliminate, you know? But I wasn't so much. I was kind of more clogged up, but I was losing. Can you just explain a little bit into that and why sometimes when maybe we're on the toilet more, but you don't necessarily always get that weight loss? You feel like
yes.
maybe you're going to lose weight from it, but you don't.
Yes, I can understand. Believe it or not, fecal matter does not weigh very much. It's actually quite light. And also, when you do go a lot, it tends to be because there's a lot of inflammation going on in the bowels. And so consequently, if we've got a lot of inflammation going on, then it's going to show up as weight, because as you know, inflammation is water retained. And so consequently, it's a fine line, really. It's a balancing act, isn't it, really? Making sure you're eliminating. But when you're on the carnivore, you find you don't go to the toilet as much anyway, once everything starts settling down, apart from if you're Julia, when she's going all the time. But the reason is because the body's just trying to, it only has so much to eliminate. And when you're eating a protein fat diet, what happens is there's very little left after it's been digested, utilized, doesn't have so many waste products. So that is the real reason why some of us just don't need to go so often. That's all. And why we appear not to lose any weight is because there's inflammation going on.
Okay, thank you.
Gillian.
Karen, I've had loose bowels since day 2, you know, of the 5-day detox when I started on the Soul, and so I've reduced it from a tablespoon down to a teaspoon and a half, and I'm still having, you know, salt on my food and in my bone broth. So and I've heard there that like sometimes if you've got loose bowels, it's actually a form of constipation. So I'm just wondering how long before it should settle down.
Good question, Julia. I mean, Gillian, I think it's how long's a piece of string? So basically, when we look at the bowel issue, you know, we always see constipation as being not being able to go, you know, but really diarrhea is a form of constipation because it's just going straight through you. So it's, when we're going on the carnivore diet, what happens is everything changes. So because we have less, the body sort of goes over into ketosis. And so when we're in ketosis, we need to have a lot more water. And so a lot of people, when they're in ketosis on a keto diet, tend to find they're constipated. But when you're on the carnivore diet, because of the fat content, what happens is the bowels have actually lost their tone due to normal eating habits, and so need fiber to keep everything moving. When you remove that fiber, the bowels have got lazy. So we just need to spend a little bit of time and allow a little bit of time for everything to, it's about like exercise. It needs to exercise its muscle so that it actually starts with peristalsis. Does that make sense, Gillian?
Yes, yeah. Would some of the I saw in your booklet you had the bowel supplements, the Nature Sunshine ones. Would either of those help, or do I just write it out?
Don't do those. you could try it because they're mainly laxatives, so they're mainly for people who aren't going. So what you could do is, if you're not doing the diatomaceous earth, do diatomaceous earth, and also what you could add in is bentonite clay.
Sorry, what was the last one?
Bentonite clay. So bentonite clay is, I'll write it in here. I've written it in the chat. Bentonite clay is a brilliant absorber. So it absorbs toxicity into itself, because it could mean that you've got some irritation going on, and you could be eliminating toxins as well.
So where do you get that clay, and where do you get the diatomaceous earth from?
Someone found a really good supplier on our group. I'll pin it to the top, because
It was Linley. Linley had or Blantz, I think.
yeah.
Or Linley had a friend who does it, and just on a that's it. Blantz. And on a side note, that bentonite clay, I understand that it's actually got its own little electrical charge, so you should use a wooden spoon rather than metal utensils when
so bentonite clay is really, really useful for so many different things. So you could, if you're going to do your detox foot bath, for example, you can add bentonite clay into that. You can take it internally. You can use it as a facial mask, because it draws toxicity into itself that way. I used to make a wrap, as in not an edible wrap, but a body wrap, where it was like helping people shrink. And so bentonite clay was one of the major components of it, along with, I can't remember the other ingredients, a few essential oils and stuff, but bentonite clay can absorb toxicity from the fat cells as well. So it's a really useful addition, Gillian. And I think it could be really useful for you going forward. And actually, Tony, could be really useful for you if you wanted to add another component into your already busy schedule with your products. But I think, there are so many ways to support your body going through a detox. And the thing is if I suggested all of the things that I know about, you'd be taking things all day and you wouldn't know what's working for you. So consequently, we start with the basics. And is bentonite clay better than charcoal? No, it's got a completely different profile. But we used to make a product when I was working in the UK called Lower Bowel Tonic 3, and it was a powder, and it had in it bentonite clay, charcoal, diatomaceous earth, slippery elm, and fennel. And the reason that was in there, we were dealing with people with incurable diseases and stuff, is because it was actually enabling, as you're doing a detox, your body is kicking out toxins, like I've talked about before, but it's kicking out toxins. And what happens is, if you have those sorts of ingredients, it can draw the toxins into itself and eliminate it, which charcoal does really, really well. But if you have these other ingredients, they attract different things. And like you were saying, Melissa, is yes, it has an electrical charge, so that therefore it's attracting certain components. And so by adding them all together, you have an amazing concoction to really help the detoxification pathways. And so after all, this is called the ultimate detox. So it's really good that we have these questions. And so then I can just go, okay, why don't you try this? So and being as I don't sell them, that I'm not trying to sell you anything, because I'm not, I've got no ulterior motive. So that's why I don't sell loads and loads and loads of stuff. So, okay. Any more questions?
I've got a couple more, Karen. I normally have sort of got into the routine of eggs for lunch and meat for tea, but when life gets busy in that, is it okay to have like eggs twice a day? I know it's not ideal, but
why not? Because eggs are actually almost the perfect food for us humans. And the only thing I think with eggs, as opposed to having another thing, is boredom. We don't want you getting
Yeah.
bored with the same food. And so, but eggs are perfect. And I do think actually there's one component about eggs is you don't chew as much. And I think we need to chew. I think our jaw needs exercising, our teeth need using. And so, but the occasional day or even week, if you were just doing eggs, I don't think it would do you any harm at all. So, yeah.
Okay. Now, I have been taking the concentrated mineral drops. You take like one drop, or so many drops depending on your body weight and that. With taking the fast track drops, has that got the minerals in it? Like, do I still need to take the concentrated?
No,
mineral?
you've got enough of they're slightly different, but they've got the same chemical components. They taste they're very, very similar. So you know, you don't need to take those as well.
Okay, good, thank you. And I heard you, I think I heard you something about the moisturizer for skin moisturizer.
Okay.
What was the go with that?
The reason I recommend stripping right back to sort of the bare essentials really is because when you look at our creams, even if they're really natural, they have so many ingredients to them. And I'm a big fan of jojoba oil or jojoba oil, however you want to say it, because jojoba oil is the perfect match for the sebum of the skin. So it's really, really good as a moisturizer, but also it acts as a barrier. So if you want to wear makeup, or even if you want to wear sunscreen, if you put jojoba underneath, it actually blocks you from absorbing the makeup or the sunscreen. So it acts as a really good barrier between you and the outside world. So that's why I recommend jojoba. And because believe it or not, some people, their facial cream can actually be causing a huge amount of stress in your body because of the things that are in it. And the same with things like shampoos and body washes and stuff, is do be aware of what you're putting on your body as well as what you're putting in your body.
So are you saying that oil would be good for all our skin? Because I've noticed that my skin's got, I wrote down here,
Gone a bit dry.
Wrinkly and papery. It's
okay,
like
so
wrinkles.
There's two components to that. Yes, jojoba's wonderful for that.
Yeah.
But also, when you think about it, you have lost 12.8 kilos. It takes a little bit of time for the skin to shrink.
Oh, okay.
So be patient with it. It will come back.
Yeah.
It's just that if you think about it, it's quite a big job. You know, you've lost all of that weight. Yeah. And so consequently, the skin is a bit behind the 8 ball with the shrinking in with you.
Right.
So it will come back as long as you carry on with the broth and you carry on with the gelatin and you have enough fat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Pleasure. I always like to be the bringer of good news. Okay.
We thought we might finish up with a wee meditation tonight.
Well, I was just going to ask if you would do that, Raywin, so it's absolutely perfect.
And as long as there's no other really important questions priming in the group right now, because Patsy might end up putting us to sleep shortly.
Oh, that'd be good.
So has anyone else got any other questions before we go into a wee meditation?
I thought you had one, Julia. Yeah.
I have 2, but they can wait if everybody would like the meditation. That's fine. They can hold off. They're not urgent.
Are they quick or they take a bit of time to answer?
I do like a meditation, so I'm happy for a meditation.
Has anyone else got any other questions? Because it's important that we get the questions answered.
Yeah, it is. Go on, Julia. The one
Julia.
Earlier.
I went out dancing like I'm not 47 and like I'm 20.
Yes.
on Saturday night from maybe 9 p.m. until 4 a.m. and then came home. I don't drink if I go out dancing. It's my one annual event where I pretend I'm still young. I love dancing. Came home, I got to bed by about 5. I really needed my very sore, not 20 years old feet to be in a foot bath, and they weren't. I slept about 2.5 hours to then get up and be a single mum. Got a bit tired and sore, then got my second energy, then ploughed through. By about 6:30 p.m. I crashed and burned and slept, interrupted by my youngest India, who's 12, a couple of times because she thought I should eat. I said, I'll just have broth and I'll go back to sleep. This morning I woke up and I felt like I was hungover. I felt like I'd been smacked in the head, and I've not had any of the alcohol to be responsible for it. And I felt like it for most of the day. I did make sure yesterday that I ate well. I've made sure over the entire thing I've drunk, that I've had all of my minerals up to my salt, anything I could. My hematoma in my leg from a year ago that I smashed up, that most of you know about, was bigger because of the fact I obviously danced heaps. So I want to know if I'm going to do something that's going to be a big night out, which hasn't involved alcohol, which I guess would be it might be different hours of the days for other people. Is there something I should adjust on the diet that I should do before I do something like that? Because what I did was make up for it afterwards, making sure I had before, water, minerals, salt, etc., etc.
Yeah, good question. So, yes. So just like if you're going to do a marathon, because that's what you were basically doing, if you're going to do heavy duty exercise and everything, is make sure that you top up your fat and your protein. Make sure you have more than usual, especially because I would say what's happened, Julia, is you have had a cortisol overload. So your adrenals would just be running on overtime. Hence, you managed to just have 2.5 hours sleep and you got your second wind. So second wind is basically your adrenals running on overtime. Yeah. So you need to fortify those, which you did really. And so consequently, you probably will recover far quicker than you would have done if you hadn't have done all those things. That if you'd have had sugars and everything else, it would have just propped you up for a bit longer, but you'd have crashed and burned a bit later on. So you've done all the right things. It's just maybe having more things like collagens and stuff like, the broths and everything else, building up to a couple of days beforehand, making sure you're having good fat content, so you've got lots of energy. And also, if you could get home half an hour earlier, you could do a detox foot bath. Might have been good before you went to bed. So yeah, there's lots of things, but the thing is you are human, and so consequently, I know you think you're 20, and it wouldn't matter whether you were 20 or not. It would still have affected you in a very similar way. So you just wouldn't have noticed it. Internally, it would have anyway. So
well, I know, it would have been the same for somebody who loves being at the gym or somebody doing extra exercise. My exercise is in the form of dance. So if somebody says, do you want to dance for hours? I will. So I thought it was a good question to bring up, because I didn't even know going into it that afterwards I was like, okay, I'm tired, I'm up, okay, I'm good. And then it was like, oh, I've got my second wind. Way I go, being a, past adrenal fatigue person. I've got energy, I'm gonna go. And then I crashed, and I thought that amount of sleep would have sorted me out. And then I woke up this morning and I feel like I'm hungover, and I felt like that most of the day. And I've tried
to cortisol hangover.
That's the thing. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
but I wanted to share because I know we have some, and my leg hematoma came up bigger, but that's because I'm a bit of a fool and danced on my leg all night. So I'm feeling like that's my own fault. Yeah. But I wanted to also point out that my daughter over the weekend was saying, my oldest one, teenager saying I look so good, that I look attractive. And she's like, there's something that's changed about you. And I don't even feel like that's my weight. So to those that are new into this program, like I've shared in this program that there was a moment where it switched, where one night I was overweight and then the next, and I was like, I still feel overweight, even though I've lost like 12 kg. And the next day I'd lost 300 grams. And I looked in the mirror and I go, oh, I feel slimmer. And I feel like myself. I feel like the person I used to be that had the energy. I feel so good. And there's a bounce in my step. And that's what my daughter is picking up on. And she keeps saying it all the time.
Yay.
So cool.
That's
Right.
so cool.
Thank you, Julia, for that share. And let's get
Awesome.
on with this beautiful
Thank you.
meditation that the girls are going to take us through. I don't know who, Raven or Patsy, one of you. Oh, Patsy. Patsy's turn. Awesome.
Alrighty. Okay, so if you want to participate in the meditation, and just place your feet on the floor and just sit in your chair and just feel the support of the chair beneath you. And when you're ready, you can just shut your eyes down. It's going to take a couple of nice deep breaths. So just breathing in through your nose, breathe down into your belly. Just allow your belly to rise as you take in your full breath of air, and then releasing through your mouth. And as you release, just allow yourself to relax. And a nice, another big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. One more. In through your nose. Down into your belly. As you release through your mouth, just feel supported and safe. And relaxed. That's it. And again, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. This time we're going to breathe into our heart space. Breathing into your heart. And if you want to place your hands there, you can go ahead and do that too. And just become aware of the space around your heart. Breathing in, connecting in your inner guidance, with your body wisdom. And if you can, just see if you can just connect in with the beat of your heart. Knowing that it's doing a beautiful job for you. Sending the blood and the oxygen around your body. To feed all the cells. From this place of connection with your inner wisdom, I want you to feel into your health and vitality. I want you to notice if there's anywhere in your body that feels like it needs a little bit of attention. Just notice any sort of feeling anywhere in your body, be it a heaviness or a buzziness, or just a dullness, anything. And just know that whatever information you're receiving from your body right now is just perfect. And if you can tune in on anywhere in your body that needs a little bit of love, I just invite you to breathe into that space. Direct your breath into the part of your body that needs some attention. That's it. if you feel the urge to do so, you can just rub that part of your body that feels right for you. And also turn our attention to us accepting the changes that are going on in our body as we move through this program, as we move towards our ultimate health. Just want you to feel into accepting and letting go. Just notice how that feels for you. To be able to let go. You might find you have some resistance around it. That's okay. I also want you to feel into the love for your beautiful body. It's so amazing and knows exactly what it needs to do. And I invite you to really tune in to the messages that your body gives you as you move through this program. Sometimes the messages can be quite subtle, but as we allow ourselves to tune into these messages, we can really start to make a difference for our health and our well-being. Another nice big deep breath into your heart space. And from there, I just want you to imagine how you're going to be feeling in 12 weeks' time. If you give your body the love and the nurturing through this 12 weeks, what's possible for you? What could you be doing that you're not able to do right now? And how does it feel to be able to do that? And just notice who's around you to enjoy this with you. Who's there to share in the joy, the energy, the light, whatever's there for you. And I want you just to notice if there's anything that you can hear as you feel into this newer version of your body in 12 weeks' time. Might be the music and the dance floor. The birds chirping. The cicadas buzzing. Also too, I just invite you to notice if there's anything that you can taste. When you feel into your health and vitality. As your body, as you cleanse it and you purify it. And you become a more authentic version of yourself. Beautiful. So I just want you to bring your attention to your body in your chair right now. I just want you to notice that you might feel different now to that you in 12 weeks' time. Let you feel into the gap between how you're feeling now and how you imagine you can feel in 12 weeks' time. I want you to drop into your heart, and I want you to ask yourself, what is your most aligned action step for your highest good to move towards how you're wanting to feel in 12 weeks' time? And just allow that answer to come. Don't second guess it. Just allow it. And when you're ready, just invite you to bring your awareness back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, roll your shoulders. And when you're ready, I invite you to open up your eyes and come back. Beautiful. So it'd be quite nice to know what your action steps are. If you want to chuck them in the chat box, or if anyone wants to say.
I've already forgotten. Maybe you need to ask the questions again.
Exercise and journaling. Beautiful. Journaling's great, Tegan. Do you journal regularly?
No, not at all. It's one of those things that I think I should, and I just never do. So now it's going to be one of those things I do.
Clear message. Beautiful.
It is beautiful, because we have put a journal into the week 1 resources. Some questions for you to reflect on, because journaling is a really great way to get insight into what's going on and what works well and what doesn't, and what you can focus on next time. Tony's less exercise, more foot baths. Yes, foot bath. I haven't done one yet. I keep thinking about it. Alignment with flow and less control. Yes, beautiful, Leanne. Oh, you're doing a foot bath now. Is that why you disappeared?
Love it.
Oh, there's Deb. Hi, Deb. When did you sneak in? Oh, nice.
Just now.
Beautiful. Does anyone have is everyone feeling all right? Has anyone have anything come up that they feel uncomfortable with, that they want to discuss?
No.
Awesome. I just wanted to say that for those ladies that are watching, that are here and that have or are starting again on week 1 and would have received the information, that next week when you come to call, I'd love you to bring your why, because we've asked you to do your why this week in your first week with the first week bits and pieces that we've included for the mindset piece. So when you come to class next week, bring along your whys.
You can pop it into the Facebook group too if you feel so inclined.
Yep.
Share
cool.
and inspire.
That'd be amazing. Awesome. Cool. Bananas.
Awesome. Now, before we go, last week I was supposed to announce the 3-month winner of the prize that I'm doing every 3 months for the program. So no matter where you are in the program, whether you're joining again, you still get entered. So what happens is that every comment you make in the group, every post you make in the group, every time you join us on the lives, you get accumulate, I don't really like to call it points, but brownie points anyway, you accumulate brownie points. And everything you do outside of the group, when you tag me or one of the girls, Raywin and Patsy, about the program and everything else, then you get more brownie points. So the more brownie points you accumulate, the more you go in to win the prize. Now, what's the prize? So this current prize that I'm going to announce today is for a weekend up here in the Bay of Islands to stay with me and to get immersed in whatever you care to do, really. So if you want to do a fast, if you want to just hang out and use the spa and use the sauna and go hang out on the beach, or even do a mini workshop, we can do that. So the winner for the last 3 months is Melissa, and she's gone. So it was a very, very close run thing. It was Melissa and Julia were neck and neck. It was like a hair's breadth, and I had to unfortunately choose between one of them because I couldn't bring both of you up here at one go. You know, so maybe next time, Julia, because you do
keep going,
such a
Julia.
good job.
Keep
So,
going, Julia.
ladies, please share the program if you're having good results, because we do get shadow banned, unfortunately. We don't, because we're helping with health and everything else, they do not allow us to do I'm banned from advertising on Facebook. So consequently, we'd really appreciate it if you just share with your friends and just spread the word, because the more people we have on here, the more we can share the love. And that's the object of the exercise. So yeah, so again, we've started already on this next 3 monthly, so totally and utterly participate, because the object of the group is to participate and really enjoy each other's company and learn from one another. So
Beautiful.
that's me. But anything Raywin and Patsy you would like to share before we say goodnight?
Yeah, just
But I don't want to.
yeah, just work on that why, because it's not just the sort of instructions that we give you get you to go deeper on the why, not just the surface level. So do that, and then there's a statement that you come up with. So come up with your statement.
It's so important, isn't it, to have a really strong why.
This is the time to do it.
Yeah, it really is. And so I think we've all observed people who want to go on a weight loss journey, and we've all been there. You know, you want to lose weight for a special occasion or for fitting in a certain dress, and but it has to be far stronger than that to make you stay on track, but also to help you really achieve sustainable health and well-being. And that's the object. That's what we would like for you to achieve, is sustainable, good health, balanced weight, so that you're not going to be doing this. So that is your why is vital for that, I feel. Sorry, ladies, did I interrupt your flow?
Not at all.
No.
That was wonderful. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What Karen said.
Love it. Teamwork.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you all for being here tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Great
everyone.
call. Yeah. We'll see you all again next Monday.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank
Au
you.
revoir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.